It must have been a strange old week, given the lows of what happened on Saturday with Mike Jackson losing his job, and obviously you were his right-hand man, and that's pretty bleak. And then you get asked to look after the team for the games coming up, and that's a real vote of confidence in your ability, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been a really tough week, like you say. The lows of Saturday, and everyone was hurt in the changing room, players and staff. Everyone was desperate for the gaffer to work out and for the team to do well, but unfortunately it never worked out like that. And even Sunday, everyone was in a low point, but football is what it is, and we have to lift ourselves on Monday because we've got a job to do on Tuesday. So players and staff, to be fair to them, come in Monday and we worked on a few things and we got it right for Tuesday.
It can be a brutal game at times, on and off the field, and Mike's been on the wrong end of a decision, and things haven't worked out this season. But Tranmere have got a squad full of talented footballers, and it's just about it's about getting the balance right, isn't it?
It is. We know we've got a really good squad of players. When everyone's back and fit, which they are now, Bar and Stefan, everyone's back and available. We know we've got a good squad. We turn around and we look at the bench. We've got some really talented players on the bench to make a difference. But I think the big thing from us moving forward was the players being able to, one, become a team on the pitch and look like they were a team both with and without the ball. And two is to play a little bit more relaxed with the ball and try and enjoy the ball more, and be a little bit more positive and try and create more chances and take the game to the opposition more often.
Because sometimes even the most gifted and talented of footballers, when things aren't going that well and a run of results go against you, it inhibits people to do what they're good at in terms of creativity, and maybe they oversimplify things, and it's not getting the best out of them or the team.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's life in any industry. I think when you're low on confidence and things aren't working out, then you go into a little bit of a shell, and you're a little bit nervous in possession of the ball, and you can make mistakes, and one mistake leads to another mistake, and before you know it, everyone's giving the ball away on the pitch and getting down. But I think the players on Tuesday, he realised that you just have to get over that. They have to go and enjoy the game. They have to go and play. And if mistakes happen, we've just got to respond in a more positive manner. And like I say, play on the front foot a little bit and enjoy the game.
And mistakes happen in every game. That's the nature of football. And to get that win, it gives you a real sort of element of a boost for this weekend's game in the FA Cup against Accrington.
Yeah, of course. I mean, in an ideal scenario, you go and win Tuesday, you'd like another league game to back it up. But we've got now a cup game against Accrington on Saturday, and the big thing for us now is momentum. We've got to take not just the result, but parts of the performance from Tuesday into Saturday's game. We know that Tuesday's performance wasn't perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it was a good start. There were some positive signs within it, both out of possession, but more so with the ball. We created a few chances and arguably could have scored more on the day. So we've got to take that positivity into Saturday's game and not fear anything of Accrington and go and take the game to them.
Just chatting to Jay Spearing and looking ahead to the game against Accrington, and he said that you've done a few bits and pieces that are different this week in training, and every manager and every coach has their own ideas about what they want to do if they were in charge. But sometimes it can, doing things differently and freshening things up, that can give players a different outlook, can't it?
Yeah, we haven't changed things drastically. There's just been small elements in what we've done to prepare. Obviously, people would have noticed there was a change in shape on Tuesday, a couple of changes of personnel, and then on the training pitch, there's just been little tweaks that, like I say, you make changes because you feel like it's what the squad needs and what everyone needs moving forward. So hopefully, them changes, the players have received them well, which I think they have, and they can take that into the next training session tomorrow and, like I say, prepare properly for Saturday.
The FA Cup is a competition that we all love in this country. We know its importance at certain levels has diminished because of the growth of the Premier League and other competitions, but it's fantastic to be involved in at any level, and the Tranmere fans and the players and and this gives you a chance of who knows where we'll end up. That's the FA Cup is like that.
Yeah, it is. It's a fantastic competition. I've been lucky enough. A couple of seasons ago, when I was at Blackpool, we played Arsenal in the third round, and it was a great occasion for everyone. And that's what you want. You want, with it being a League Two club, you want to go and win the first and second round, and hopefully get one of the big teams in the third round. And that's the reward of it all. And like you say, it's a fantastic competition, and it's a competition where anything can happen, anything's possible. But Saturday, I don't think is a game to fear from us. I don't think any of the players are feeling that way. We know that we've got to be at our best to go and win the game, because Accrington are the type of team that if you don't turn up and are at your best, they'll go and hurt you and they'll go and beat you. But I feel that if we do turn up with the right mentality, I think we can take the game to them and go and get a result.
Yeah, John Coleman always has them well drilled, and whatever changes the personnel down the years, they have a way of playing that he gets the best out of them, doesn't he?
He does. He's been great. As he recruits a certain type of player, not just ability-wise, but a certain type of character. You've got to be a certain type to play in one of John's teams, and he's done it well throughout the years. And like I say, you know what you expect against Accrington. They'll try and play football, but they're going to be right at it. They're nothing ever other than 100% on the pitch.
I can ask you, what did Mark Palios say to you when he wanted you to be in charge of team affairs for however long? What was his message to you?
His message for me was, obviously, we were all upset about the scenario of the gaffer going, including himself. He was as desperate for it to work out as anybody, including the staff. And he just explained to me that we'll just take it game by game, and he'll just keep speaking to me on a regular basis, which he does, keep me updated. And all my focus is, and all the rest of the staff and players' focus is always on the next training session and the next game.
And finally, just to ask you, in terms of injuries, team news, players in, players coming back, players maybe ruled out?
Up to now, like I mentioned before, Stefan's got a long-term injury. Other than that, we're hoping to have everyone available for Saturday game.
Brilliant, Ian. Thank you, and good luck for the weekend.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Ian, Jay Spearing said that since Mike Jackson's left the club, that some players in the squad have needed to step up and show more responsibility to help out, certainly in the short term. Have you seen evidence of that already?
I think what happens when a manager goes, I think it's a big trauma. I think it's a big shock to everybody. And I think the trauma of that just made everyone reflect on the Sunday, all of the players, to think, what can I do more to help the squad? And what we've got is we've got quite a mix of players as regards to experience. We've got some really experienced and big characters in there, and we've got some players who've got a little bit less experience and a little bit quieter characters. And what we spoke about is those bigger characters helping the ones around them. And I think leading into Tuesday's games, they've made a conscious effort to do that and get around them players and like I say, make the environment a lot more positive. And I think it showed in the performance on Tuesday, particularly second half.
Yeah, there's been some criticism from supporters about Tranmere not being on the front foot enough, and you've already alluded to making some tweaks to that in order to achieve those things. In the 10 games that have gone, obviously the performance levels just haven't quite been at the level that they need to have been to get the results. That's been borne out by the results. Can you put your finger on why the performance levels haven't been there?
Listen, I mean, I think one of the difficult things is, and most people have spoke about it, but there has been a few situations and circumstances that have been out of the gaffer's control, the COVID stuff and things like that, and it has disrupted the team. And I keep talking about the team. You need time to build a team. If you look at how often we've had all them players together available on the pitch at one point, it's been very minimal. But what we can't do is we can't use what's gone on before Saturday as any excuses. So what we've said to the players is, it's not enough a clean start on the Sunday. We've got to become more of a team. We've got to start gelling together. And like I say, in possession of the ball, enjoying the ball more, and go and be more of an attacking threat, and not be too concerned about what the opposition do. Obviously, we've got to deal with what they do out of possession. That's always part of the game. But focus more on us and what we do with the ball. And like I say, I thought Tuesday was a good positive start to that. I keep saying start. Like I say, it's not the finish. We can improve on it the more we play in that system. Like I say, the more we play in that style of football, the more they'll get used to it.
From your own perspective, I guess really it must be a difficult time for you as well, because I'm guessing there's no real long-term reassurances over your own future at the moment, depending obviously who comes in as the permanent manager. But what are your own thoughts on your situation at Tranmere at the moment?
I've not really thought too much into it, to be honest with you, because like you say, football is a very uncertain industry. So all I've done is I just keep in constant contact with the chairman, and all I'm doing is I'm focusing on the group of players in the team and getting them as prepared as they can be for the next game. And that's all I can do. I can't think too far ahead. Can't think about myself and be selfish. I've got to think about this football club and what's best for this football club and the team. And all that is the next game, which is Saturday. I'm winning that game of football. And that's all I can do.
Finally, because last year, one of the last fixtures before the COVID lockdown came in, Tranmere actually beat Accrington away, and now they're playing in two different divisions. So there'll be an eagerness for the club to try and show that there shouldn't really be a division gap between the two sides, isn't there?
Yeah, well, that's another big test for us, isn't it? Is that we are now seen as a League Two team, because that's where we are. Accrington are a League One and well-established League One side, so it's a challenge for our players to say that not only are we making a step in the right direction, but we can go and compete against players and teams who are a level above us. And like I say, I think that squad of players that we've got at the moment are more than capable of going to do that.